back at it this morning. Looking for the stream today to get us hopefully up to level 15 in both our class quests and our main story quests. Even though my character is already, it looks like, at level 18 or 19. 18 right now. We're behind that because we're gaining XP pretty fast. So we're behind that in the story. So let's see what we can get to today. We're going to start by getting our class quests going. So let's take this one. Topaz Teachings, it looks like. Let's go ahead and accept that. You seem tired, Misty. Are you sleeping properly? One's reasoning can suffer without sufficient rest and recuperation. Should you deem yourself fit for duty, pray make your way down to the practice floor. Forcia Kia has requested you accompany her on another official inspection. There is, however, a requirement for your participation. Forcia will explain the situation. Alright, let's go downstairs then. I was beginning to think I'd miscalculated. Thank you for coming. I will soon be boarding a trading vessel suspected of smuggling. All merchant ships that make use of Lominsan's ports are subject to inspection by Gate's assessors. It is a routine I perform daily. In the case of smugglers, however, there is a 75% probability of encountering resistance. Thus, I would appreciate your company during this assignment. It is now that we must discuss the requirement of which you were informed. Though I have full confidence in your martial expertise, it is imperative that you first acquire the ability to summon Topaz Carbuncle. Such knowledge will be released to you contingent on your acceptance of this duty. Yeah, let's go. Very good. The arcane entity given form by the Topaz geometry will further expand your offensive capabilities. With such an ally at your command, even the harshest of enemies will falter before you. Indeed, we could not conduct these dangerous spot inspections without its support. Please return to Mistress Jim and inform her of your participation. I will join you once I have completed some final adjustments to my tactical formula. You have agreed to accompany the Forcier, then I shall gladly instruct you in the use of Topaz Carbuncle. Pray do not hesitate to employ this entity in combat should the inspection turn sour. Cool. Cool. Alright, that means we are ready to take on the next one. Over the rails? Okay, the mercenaries, Grisfin and Arthota, are here to assist with the inspection. Both are old hands when it comes to escorting Keela during her more dangerous duties. Well met, Misty. My spells are at your disposal. This won't be the first time we're expecting trouble, but as long as we follow the Foreseer's tactics and keep a clear head, we'll come through just fine. The Morning Star is prepared to dock in Aleport. We will meet our first challenge, however, before we even board the vessel. It is almost a certainty that the merchant ship has hired a thug or two to accost us at the pier. I calculate the probability at 98%. The crew wish to avoid attacking us on deck, you see, as that would all but trumpet their criminal intentions to the world at large. Now, once we do manage to clear the rails, we will face a deck crowded with armed sailors. For a small party such as ours, the most effective strategy will be to incapacitate individual foes as swiftly as possible. Each opponent we down is one less weapon raised against us. It is imperative that we do not allow ourselves to become tangled in multiple drawn-out skirmishes, lest we be overwhelmed. I call this stratagem hammerfall. Strategy is a tool used to manipulate one situation into the desired reality. Keep those words in mind, Misty. It is time we departed. Let us regroup before the main gates of Aleport. Alright, have I been to Aleport? Can we teleport, or do we have to get there under other means? Let's see. Nope, we're gonna have to go there a different way. So let's see the best way. It looks like we can go from Swift Perch. What is that? Well, let's actually back up a little bit. Where am I now? I am over here. Let's go ahead and teleport to Swift Perch. Oh, I can't go to Aleport with this. Okay, well that's a shame. Well, means we're running, but that's okay. We're gonna grab this. Oh, let's grab the chocobo border while we're here. And then we're gonna go grab the aetheryte. I think. Is it down? Good times. Good times. Since we're going to be doing some fighting here, let's make this our home for right now. You know, just in case we die, it will bring us back to this one rather than Limsa, so it'll be easier to get here. Cool. Let us be about our task, Misty. Pray inform the steersman at the pier that we are ready to conduct our inspection. Should violence be offered, you are to execute stratagem Hammerfall. Do not forget, your tactics are both your shield and your weapon. I think I want to be on the other one. I don't know how to get there from here. Okay. Let's get our map out. You're the with the folks from Melvin's Gate? Hells, I knew there'd be trouble. Of course there's gonna be trouble. So... There we go. Well then, I'm certainly glad to see you can handle yourself. You'll find the landing boat just down here at the end of this ramp. I'll have no part of what comes next, though. Yeah, I don't blame you. Deftly handled, Misty. Once again, I am reminded of our guildmaster. Thanks to your efficient response, we will be able to commence this inspection earlier than I had calculated. We shall board the merchant vessel out in the bay. Aristoata, if you would take the rudder, the morning star awaits. Since their welcoming party at the pier failed to deter us, I expect with probability of 85% that our arrival will incite further belligerence. Our objective, however, is not to trade blows, but to gain access to the hold. It may behoove us to employ stratagem hardhead. The aim of our opponents is to buy time so that suspect goods may be tossed into the ocean. I do not intend to give them that time. We will bull our way toward the cargo hold as quickly as we can. It is a tactic fraught with risk, but one that your presence makes possible. Shall we begin? I am Forcier Killy. By the authority of Malvin's Gate, I request that you surrender your goods for assessment. Well now, your timing couldn't be worse, lass. The old door's all rusted up, you see. Bloody thing won't open. You'll have to come back another day, after we've fixed the hinges. I will see that cargo now. Any vessel entering a port of Lominsan is bound by law to submit to a routine inspection. The law, is it? Lads, I reckon it's time our guests had themselves a little accident. Pitch 'em over the sides. Cool. A masterful display, Misty. Now we can finally gain access to their cargo. Oof. What have we here, then? It's one of the bitch Admiral Lapdog's scampering about me ship. You're just like your mistress, always sticking your nose in where it ain't invited. No, it can't be. Ah, recognized me pretty face, did ya? But you were caught, exiled. Forcier, are you hurt? Can you stand? Stay back. You stay away from me. Forcier, please calm down. What are your orders? I've had enough o' your whimpering, and I've certainly had enough o' these bloody books. It's clear you ain't learning anything from 'em. Reckon it's time you got a different kind o' lesson. Ah! No Fika, preserve us. She's fainted. We must withdraw. Misty, quickly, back to the boat. We'll carry the Forcier. Aye, that's right. You slink back to your mistress, you worthless curs. Arcanist Guild. Okay, well, let's go back to Limsa then. It is good to see you well, Misty. Grisfern sent word ahead of your travels. Travails. An unfortunate turn of event, but considering the infamous Blackheart you faced, you might have fared much worse. Have you heard of the pirate Dozmaga? He was exiled from Limsa Lominsa some years ago, but it appears he has chosen to defy the Admiral's orders. And once more, he dares lay a hand on Forcier Keela's. The poor lass must have been terrified. If I had known Dozmaga was aboard that ship, I never would have assigned her that duty. The assessor may require some time to recover. For Keelhia, that man is a nightmare made flesh. Though her physical wounds will soon mend, there is little we can do to salve the hurt to her mind. You are concerned? Angry, mayhap? Harness that energy and channel it into your training. I predict we shall be needing your skills again before long. Okay. I think we have to take the cowl. Alright, let's do that. go ahead and put it on. I mean, not bad, I guess. Alright, so with that, we are going to go back to doing some main story questing. That's out at the Mulberry Dry Docks. So let's take ourselves out there. And I think we can do that with the Chocobo here. And I think that costs a lot less than actually teleporting out there. Yeah, 5 gil. The thing I can say about this game, it always has like beautiful visual surroundings. I think we are going to be over here for a little bit. Mulberry Dry Docks. So let's go set this Aethernet, Aetherite rather, as our home for a while. Is this the one that's down? It is. Cool. Not down this one? Oh, it is. Okay. There we are. So this is without a doubt yep. Where in the 7 hells is that man? Not once in 12 moons has he been late with a shipment, and now 2 whole turns of the sun without a single word. A shipwright of mine, a young man named Frilsmond, recently left Candlekeep Quay to receive several crates of supplies ordered from Lominsan, but has yet to return. I have sent several missives to Haldbroda, but his replies are always the same. He does not recall ever seeing the right, nor the supplies he was scheduled to collect. That man knows something, and I severely doubt he is telling me the whole truth. As I cannot leave my post, I would ask you to travel to Candlekeep Quay in my stead and inform Haldbroda that if he insists on playing these games, I will personally see that he is transferred to Turtleback Island, where he can rot alone in the middle of the sea for eternity. Wow. Journey to Candlekeep Quay and doubt. Okay, where is Candlekeep Quay? It's down over there. Doubt we can take the chocobo there, but let's ask. Nope. Okay, that's fine. Oh, I still messed that up. Okay. I hate that. Does that self-righteous dog Athram doubt that I have never told him anything less than the truth? Yes, he does. That's why we are about to doubt you. Let's see. Turtleback Island. He cannot do that. Can he? I swear on my poor Nana's grave, Navigator rest her soul, I know naught of Frolsmond nor his precious supplies. Hells, we here at the quay have had enough trouble these past few suns. What with the sinking of that Lominsan cargo ship off the Salt Strand, I haven't the time to take a proper piss, let alone make note of every scrag that wanders in off the grip. I think these are an improvement. Oh, they sure are. So we're going to take them. And we're going to put them on. Do we want that? Let's see. Oh, no. Looks like we have no choice but to have it up. So let's go ahead and keep it. Cool, cool. Alright, it looks like this should be, yep, level 12, writing the Shipwright. Now, the way I see it, if you have time to be standing there questioning my character, then you most certainly have the time to get that arse of yours down to the salt strand and help us search for survivors of the wreck. Who knows, you may just run across this Frilsmond everyone seems so eager to find. Here's to hoping the navigator hasn't found him first. Yeah, alright. I'll go do your work for you, that's fine. Oh, look. I was looking for you. Aye, I'm Frilsmond. You say the foreman's wondering on me whereabouts? I thought he might be. But you must know, I cannot show me face at the dry docks until I've righted this terrible wrong I caused. 2 nights past, I made the trip from the dry docks to Candlekeep Quay, just as the foreman asked. The seas were right rough, and the captain of the cargo ship was wary of bringing her too close to the cliffs. So I paid a few coins to a fisher to take me out to meet her. By the time we was halfway twixt shore and ship, the swells had risen to nigh on 10 yalms, and 'twasn't long afore the waves had hold of us. Try as we might to steady the boat, nature's grip was too tight, and we was flung headlong into the Lominsan galley. When I awoke, both ships were gone, and the cargo I was to collect lay strewn across the salt strand. I's made every effort to salvage it, but the sands are crawling with quern, and I ain't one with a sword. And now you see why it is I cannot return to the dry docks. night I was tossed into the sea like some doll of rags, and it weren't long afore the world round me faded to black as I slipped deeper into the abyss. But lo, the navigator wouldn't see me to the gates of the seven hells, and I woke to find myself washed ashore. And here I's been ever since, waiting for a chance to salvage me master's cargo. The missing part. I don't know how I can repay you. I'll deliver the supplies right away, but first I must stop by the quay so that I might pay me respects to the widow of the brave fisher who gave his life for a handful of coin. Could you tell Athbrum that I'll be back at the dry docks by nightfall? Many thanks, adventurer. I will not forget this kindness. Cool, cool. I guess over there. That's how I missed it. I'm relieved to hear that both Prismund and the supplies are unharmed, though it was foolish of him for him to believe that I would blame him for that which was obviously out of his hands. You see, there was no storm that day, and the seas here adjacent to the dry docks were as calm as a slumbering child. This leads me to believe that the trouble the ships encountered off Candlekeep Quay was of a less natural sort, the sort which the Sahagin have been known to conjure. This should leave us doing level 13, do Angry Pirate's Dream. Misty, while I originally had doubts about your motives, you have repeatedly proven yourself an asset to Naldic and Vamelis. I still do not like you, but that does not mean I do not trust you. Gimthota, head of the watch here at the dry docks, believes that pirates may be plotting an attack on the Victory, and she requires assistance investigating a group of unsavory individuals making camp nearby. I have recommended you for the task. Despite all Lominsan endured before, during, and following the calamity, the fact that there are still those who would turn their backs on the city-state so that they might line their pockets with a few handfuls of coin, just the thought of it sickens me. Ah, yes, I had a feeling you would be the one Athbrim sent. Since you first arrived at the Maubury dry docks, I have had my men watch you. Oh, there's no need to get angry. I make it a point to keep an eye on all those new to the area. It is simply protocol. And you'll be pleased to know that nothing incriminating was found. You appear to be a model citizen. That and the foreman seems to think somewhat highly of you, which I must admit is quite shocking. The man doesn't even trust his own mother. Very well, then. I assume Athbrim informed you of what your task would entail. The pirates, we believe, are conspiring to raid the dry docks, were last seen making camp near an ancient stone called the Mark of the Spinner. I would have you approach the men, posing as a lost adventurer, and see if you cannot somehow learn of their intentions. Knagho, stationed at the rear gates, can provide you with an exact location of the camp. Okay. Let's go see what he has to say. Oh. She has to say. Oops. Misty, haha, I knew it. No more sardines for Snaghow? Tonight I shall dine on the finest salmon on the peninsula. Why? Well, I had a little wager going with some of the other guards on who Athbrim would recommend for the next job. My money was on you. Ah, the job. Yes, of course. If you follow the road past the gates to the southeast, you will eventually come to a barren cape with a single large stone half buried in the cliff overlooking the sea. Followers of the 12 say it's a holy place dedicated to Nimia, the spinner. I'd be surprised if the pirates camped up there were aware of that, though. Alright, let's go see what we can see then. Ah, yep, I see. Spinner, for sure. I'm giving you to the count of 9 to step back on that path and carry your venture and ours back down to whatever rock it is you crawled out from under. You see, I's added up to me ears with your type, roaming the ills like they was yours to roam. It's getting to be that a man cannot enjoy a mug of rum without some shite breath outlander running up and asking which is the way to the local leave me. 7 L's if I know. I'm a bloody pirate, god damn it. Falls balls. Once we've 'ad me boy back, I'm putting this godforsaken pisshole of an island so far behind me, ain't no one'll remember I was ever 'ere. Come on, Scrags. We've knives to sharpen. Uh-oh. This can't be good. So the trespassers are indeed pirates, and they are indeed planning something. But what is this talk of getting me boy back? Could it be that their target was never the victory? Something is not right, and I won't sit by idly waiting for those pirates to make the first move. I shall order increased patrols immediately. Thank you again for your help, Misty. It appears we were wise to put our trust in you. Not better than the one we have. Let's just take the money then. Alright, so we just hit level 20, which means we could go to our level 20 class quests, but I'm gonna try really hard to get our main story quests up to 15 before we move on to the push for 20. This one, it looks like, is level 14 Victory in Peril. I'm concerned, Misty. It appears that the pirates I had you investigate are on the move. They creep ever closer to the dry docks, so I must assume they mean to target the Victory herself. That ship is the symbol of everything Lominsan strives to become, and I will not allow these base scoundrels to lay a single finger upon her hull. We must apprehend them before they put their plans into motion, and you, Misty, are just the woman to do it. Without your capable assistance, I fear the security of the dry docks cannot be guaranteed. Not moments ago, my guards submitted reports of suspicious activity in the area. Pray, begin your efforts by listening to one of their accounts firsthand. It matters not whom you choose to speak with, but be sure to question either Erstrist at the front gate or Snogho at the rear. Any suspect saboteurs you encounter during the course of your investigation are to be interrogated. Report any and all findings directly to me. Alright. We've already talked to this one on this end, so let's just go talk to her again. Hail, adventurer. Glad to have another hand aboard to help shore up security. The gods know our reports would sit on Githmoda's desk gathering dust if it weren't for the assistance of those such as yourself. Speaking of reports, though, I saw one of those mangy pirates lurking around the cliffs near Empty Heart. I'd take a closer look before he has a chance to cover his tracks. Alright, let's do that then. I think that is actually right up here. No, maybe not. Oh, yep, it is up here. Ah, spotted me, did ya? Well, you're too late. What's to happen is already happening. Oh. This won't be good for my knees, but... calls commence battle for victory in Peril. It's going to sink me to level 18. That should be fine. So you found one of those pirates, did you? I knew you were the right adventurer to ask for aid. But what could these knaves be planning? What's to happen is already happening. Captain, ugh, trouble at the shipyard. Easy now, soldier. Who did this to you? Pirates, out of nowhere. Struck me good. Gods below, we are not prepared for this. The pirates. Soldier, how many do they number? Not sure. More than I could quickly count. Seem to be carrying explosives. Explosives? Then there is no time to lose. You think? Misty, you heard the situation. Make your way to the shipyard and engage these intruders. I will see to this man's wounds, then follow after. Make haste now. Okay, great. Let's see if we can't find our way. Okay, this way. No? Not this way? Damn it. Apparently not that way. Gahahaha, never reckoned it'd be this easy. Still don't trust those slimy bastards, but their plan worked like a charm. What are you doing, you great bloody fool? Shut your trap, boy. This'll all be over soon. All that's left now is to blow this ugly pile of driftwood into splinters. Why would you do such a thing? Have you any idea how important this ship is? What it represents? Aye, and that's what makes it all the sweeter. Whatever it takes to knock some sense into me treacherous, backstabbing son. Imagine a boy o' mine giving up the pirate life to become a shipwright, and building a bleedin' maelstrom vessel at that. What under Limlane's wide ocean made you take up with these self-righteous shites? You're the one with no bloody sense, Don't you see? The pirates had their glory days, but that era is over. I wondered why Athpern never spoke of his father. I never would have thought. This ship's a symbol, all right, of everything what went wrong with the world, and I mean to shatter it into 100,000 pieces. Githmoda, Misty, pray, beat the tar out of this bloated sea slug, and make sure no harm comes to the Victory. I must be getting old, letting some green venture get the best of me. Duh. That's one big bloody ship. Big and nasty looking. You made that, did ya? Huh. I don't know what that chat there is, but I also don't know how to get rid of it. Weird. Those usually come out in the regular chat window. Oh, there we go. Event chat. My thanks, Misty. I shudder to think what may have become of the victory without your intervention. The pirates have made a right mess of things. I'd best get to sorting out the docks. And my thoughts could use some sorting out as well. Ever did my father have a way of turning my life upside down. Pray, convey my thanks and my apologies to Githmoda. How fare you, Misty? I cannot begin to thank you for the role you played in preventing this madness. You defended more than a simple ship. You saved the budding hope of Lominsan from a violent demise. The day was yours. It seems our security regimen will require much in the way of improvement if we are to truly keep the dry docks safe. Athbrim apologizes. Well, I suppose I can understand why he would feel responsible for his father's actions. Of all those involved, this incident was hardest on him. But in time, I believe he will come to a single conclusion. The most fitting way of moving past his anguish is to see the victory completed and in the water. Ah, by the by, the pirates we defeated have been handed over to the Yellow Jackets. Reiner's men will be taking over the investigation. Before the Yellow Jackets moved in, however, we recovered a most unusual object. Should you have the time to spare, I would ask of you another favor. All right. So this should be level 14, Men of the Blue Tattoos. Misty, in light of your role in recent events, there are few others to whom I would entrust this task. Since we last spoke, a curious missive has been discovered amongst the personal effects of Asthis the pirate behind the plot to sabotage the victory. This missive was penned in the most unusual script, a script we believe to be some manner of code. Needless to say, anything which a proven enemy of Lominsan deems worthy of enciphering is like to be of great interest to the Maelstrom. Unfortunately, none among us can make any sense of the message. In cases such as this, I am told the Yellow Jackets are wont to turn to Batteron and his convenient connections. Thus, I would have you deliver this missive to the proprietor of the Drowning Wench into his hand and no other. Do you understand? Yeah, that seems like a reasonable thing to do. Alright, let's go to Limsa then. And that is going to be this way. Ahoy there, Misty. I've been hearing about your deeds at the dry docks. Athbrim laid out the entire tale for me. Poor Sod was still reeling at his old man's part in the business, but at least you kept the victory from being sunk afore she'd sailed. And for that I owe you my thanks. You've really made a name for yourself here in Limsa, lass. Folk know that when they need summat doing. You need summat doing? And what might that be? You want someone to read a message writ in funny letters for you, and Ythmoda thought I might know a man as could. Well, let's see it then. I reckon I might know a canny bugger who can read stuff like this. Ugly Sod by the name of Batteron. You know, you're like one of me regulars now, Misty. You've never let me down yet, and Navigator help me, I reckon I can trust you. Ythmoda was right to want this message deciphered. We've got us some trouble brewing here, and no mistake. Get ready for action and I'll explain. What did that make us? Level 21. Okay, we're still well ahead of where we need to be. So this should be level 14, Feint and Strike. And it says, good to have you aboard, lass. Now then, where to start? Back when I was younger and nastier, I earned me living as a sellsword. In that business, if you wanted to know what your enemy was up to, you had to learn to read the orders you prized from the cold, dead hands of its mates. That's how I came to know how to read your message. Truth be told, the script was only too bloody familiar. Them's Sahagin letters, lass, and I should know. I've got it more fishback messengers than I can count. It gets worse, though. The plan to blow up the victory is all ear, right down to the fine details. Looks like they meant to raise 8 kinds of L in Western Lanasay, then the Maelstrom's new flagship in the confusion. The point being the attack on the victory weren't the act of a few rebellious pirates. 'Twas a key part in some canny bastard's grand plan. But if I'm reading this aright, the attack itself came much too early. I'll wager they panicked when they saw you was on to 'em, rushed in to do the job, and buggered it up. Them tattoo-faced bastards, as they say was paying Athbrim's old man, they're with the Serpent Reavers, right? But none o' their crew was there, was they? Did they have somewhat better to do, or what? Seven L's. I've got it all backwards. That mess at the Victory, that was meant to be the bloody distraction. The fishbacks ain't interested in the maelstroms, baby. They're after men, just like they've always been. They're sending their pirate lackeys after a civilian target. This bit about raising El in Western Lannisay, that's where it'll be. Summit tells me Swift Perch is about to get it, and it ard. Here's a rough translation of the message. Take it to Commodore Rayner at the Coral Tower and tell him he's in for a busy day. Oh, and give him an and, if you can be damn sure he'll need one. Alright, where are we going for that? Okay, okay. Is that up here? I think that's up here. Yes, I'm Reiner. You must be the adventurer whose name seems to be on everyone's lips. You are to be commended for your part in thwarting the plot to destroy the Victory. Now, what can I do for you this day? You bear an urgent message from Baderon? Why do I get the feeling that my hopes for a quiet evening are about to be cruelly dashed? Tell me, what is afoot? An assault on Swift Perch, but we've seen nothing to suggest the Serpent Reavers are massing for an attack. Even so, it would be foolish to discount the possibility. Baderon is rarely wrong about such matters. I will marshal the Yellow Jackets for battle immediately. The only question is where to send them. While I concur with Baderon's assessment that the attack on the dry docks was intended as a diversion, Swift Perch is but one of several possible targets for the main thrust. Commodore, sir. Report. It's the Sahagin, sir. They've mounted a large-scale assault on South Tide Gate and threatened to overwhelm our defenses within the day. The garrison requests immediate reinforcements. By the Navigator, it seems my decision has been made for me. Muster the troops and give the order to march. Aye, the Serpent Reavers are in league with the Sahagin, which means there is every chance this assault on Tidegate may yet prove to be another Feint. The fact remains, however, that we can ill afford to ignore it, and that leaves Swift Perch vulnerable to those pirate traders. It is at times such as these that I wish the warriors of light yet walked among us, but wishes will avail us not. Shores, you must serve in their absence. Make for Swift Perch with all haste and lend your strength to the squads I can spare for the settlement's defense. Teleport there. Let's see if we can take a chocobo, though. It'll be much less expensive. Let's see, it's Sure. Ooh, I can. 15 gil. Yeah, that seems alright. Take a couple minutes to get out there. I can't wait till I have my own chocobo. Thanks for the ride. Commodore Rainer sent word we'd be getting reinforcements, but I didn't expect him to send you. You certainly like you've seen your share of action, though. You bear little resemblance to the wide-eyed whelp I met fresh off the ferry. In any case, do you know what you're fighting for here? This place, Swift Perch, was rebuilt by folk who stood strong in the face of every hardship the calamity threw their way. And we're not about to let some fish-fancying scum claim the honor of being the ones who finally broke their spirits. Don't give those pirate bastards one bloody ilm, you hear me? Here they come. Here now, I thought all them yellow jacket worms was meant to be busy. That useless scrag ain't followed the plan, has he? Now what? Pull back and wait for our Sahagan brothers? Piss on that. We ain't turning back empty-handed. Remember, no killing the small folk, or it'll be your blood what stains Lord Leviathan's altars. Yellow bellies you can butcher at will. Them dirt-eaten slugs will be crushed under the full might of the serpent reavers. Seems Swift Perch was the main target after all, eh? Squads 1 and 2 protect the townsfolk. Squad 3, you're our rear guard. The rest of you, we meet their charge where we stand. Let us bear the Commodore word of our victory, or no word at all. For Lominsan! Rawr, get all you yellow bellies and dance on your gizzards. Oh, great. What was I supposed to have done different? It looks like they must have called in some big feller that I missed seeing. So let's see if I can't spot him this time and take him down instead of sticking on all those well fought. The Reavers are beaten and scattered. I see. I just needed to focus on the one guy and not get distracted by the others. I'll take some men and hunt down the stragglers. Oh, but there may be more of them lurking about, so don't let your guard down just yet. Oh, it's that guy again. The source of her strength becomes clear. Does it then? You may have bested the golem, but you will not fare so well this day. O mournful voice of creation, send unto me a creature of the abyss, my thrall to command, that I may smite mine enemies. Like that, is it? Ooh. Your very being imperils the plan. You cannot be suffered to live. Woohoo! Ugh, that the wisdom of the Paragon should be brought low by mere mortals. Paragons, did he say? Then it is as I feared. They are known as the Bringers of Chaos, or Ascians to give them their proper name. It would seem our suspicions were correct. It is they who have been manipulating the beast tribes. Pardon? You would know if we Sharlayans have encountered Ascians before. I've never spoken to you of my homeland. How did you know whence I hail? Wait, I do begin to see. You have been blessed with a special gift. Are you all right, lass? If we'd known a mean bugger like that was hiding in the bushes, I would have left a squad or 6 to keep you company. Well, at least now we can call this kidnapping investigation to a close. Those reavers were the ones spiriting folk away in the dead of night, and this bastard here was pulling all the strings. A trifle simplistic, but not inaccurate. I came as soon as I sensed his presence, but I never thought to find such a scene of carnage. Yet we prevailed, and thanks to your heroic actions, I have learned much. Aye, heroic is the word. I don't want to think about what would have happened if you hadn't been here, friend. And your assistance is much appreciated too, Lady Y'shtola. Please give our regards to the Scions. I am glad to have played a role in bringing what I hope is an end to this disturbing spate of abductions. The thread of your fate forms a part of a most intriguing tapestry. Mayhap we will be afforded the chance to speak more in the near future. For now, however, you must see this particular tale to its conclusion. Pray send my greetings to Commodore Reiner. Report to Reiner at the Coral Tower. Okay, that puts us going back to Limsa. And this one, I think. Yep. Pardon me. Excuse me. Shores, eagerly have I awaited your return. Word of your exploits is already spreading through the ranks. My troops and I owe you a great debt of gratitude for your timely assistance. You have shown yourself to be possessed of a sure arm, a strong spirit, and sound judgment. Would that Lominsan had more of your like. I have little doubt that you shall one day join the ranks of Eorzea's greatest adventurers. It is but a matter of time. Clearly, Bataran's eye for potential remains as sharp as ever, though I doubt even he imagined you capable of such feats. Might you favor me with your own account of the day's events? Such victories bear retelling. Ishtola has been working with us for quite some time, you see. And she was only too willing to assist the Yellow Jackets in the kidnapping investigation, proving herself a stalwart ally of Lominsan yet again. Needless to say, after your part in thwarting the attempted sabotage of the Victory and the small matter of your deeds at Swiftperch, you too have proven yourself a valued friend of the Thalassocree. Admiral. May I present to you Admiral Blofinswin.
So, this is the adventurer I've been reading about in the field reports. I am Melve Blufisvin, Admiral of Limsa Lominsa. On behalf of my people, I bid you thanks for the deeds you have done this day. A token of our gratitude. What worth is high regard without just reward, after all? Ha! Since you first set foot in our city, my good friend Bataran and Commodore Raynor have taken turns at regaling me with tales of your exploits. Safe to say, they left an impression. Join me at the coming banquet. A seat of honor at the celebratory feast is the least I can offer the woman who foiled the Sahagin.
Oh! A seat at the feast!
Oh, and don't be late. Your fellow guests will be eager to take the measure of their newest hero, and some do not take kindly to being kept waiting. Till then, may you walk in the light of the crystal.
Okay, let's see what we got. No, I thought it was something we would want. But it looks like maybe not. Yep, level 14. High Society. I'm not sure you understand just how unusual it is for the Admiral to invite an adventurer to a state banquet. It is a highly coveted honor, why even the officers under her direct command are rarely afforded such recognition. But I will not deny you have earned it. Many of the tasks you have performed in service to the Thalassocree have been both difficult and dangerous. This is a reward for all your efforts, a nod to your many achievements, both large and small. Has the enormity of this moment yet to sink in? Perchance you will realize its significance when you stand before the assembled dignitaries of Lominsan, and now I have imagined the scene. I realize that you will require attire suitable for the occasion. I suggest you visit the wench and see what Baderon can arrange. He is surprisingly knowledgeable about such things. Alright, let's do that. Excuse me, pardon me, excuse me. Well, well, if it ain't Merlweb's guest of honor. Obnobbin with the high and mighty now, is it? I tell you, lass, I damn near snorted ale out me nose when I heard the news. You've come a long bloody way, you have, and that's the truth. Well, one thing's for sure. You'll not want for decent garb. These banquets are catered grub. Decent grub. These banquets are catered by the bleedin' Bismarck, no less. 'Tis a grand chance to fill your belly to burstin' with fine and, more importantly, free food. But we can't have you turnin' up in your shite-caked venturin' gear. No, the hero o' the hour needs to have a touch o' refinement about her, if only to stop folk complaining when she stuffs her face with cake. Take yourself over to the Octant and speak to Jasnam o' the Brewery Consortium. She'll furnish you with somewhat ladylike to wear. I've already had a word with her, so all you need do is pick up the goods. Then bring 'em back here so as I can tell you what's what. Alright. I think that's downstairs somewhere. Yep. So let's take the lift down. Good morning, miss. I assume you're the underdressed lady Baderon mentioned. I see he was not exaggerating. Ahem. I've chosen these especially for your debut into polite society. Fear not, I'm certain you will absolutely adore them. Sure I will. into Siegenism? Avia, let's have that box then. Here we go, a nice pair of dress shoes for ya. A lass mightn't have much else to her name, but so long as she's got a decent pair of shoes on her feet, there ain't nowhere she can't go. Think of 'em as a gift from me and all the other folk you've done right by along the way. Aye, it's a very moving gesture, I know. Just don't go welling up on me. Eh? Wouldn't do for Limsa's new hero to turn up at the banquet soaked in her own tears and snot. Any road, that's your garb sorted. Now you just need to settle your nerves. Tell me when you're ready and I'll tell you where you're meant to go. Cool. So that's level 22. And I think the next one requires me to have those shoes on, so let's put them on. Even though they're not, you know, great shoes. Yeah, alright. So, now this one should be level 14, Mizzenmast Repast. I'm gonna take it. You're ready then, are ya? Good. The banquet'll be starting soon. If you'd waited any longer, I'd have considered it me civic duty to hit you over the head and drag you there. Now, make sure you're wearing them fancy shoes when you turn up, alright? Carrying them won't do no good. They're meant to make you look like a lady, remember? Not a lady's bleeding lackey. As for directions, the feast's being held on the bridge, in the Admiral's briefing room. Speak with Xanthel in Bulwark Hall, and he'll show you the way. Just keep that head held high, lass. After everything you've done for Limsa, you've good reason to be proud. And don't let no eye-born bugger tell you different. Okay, so we're gonna go down. Only to go back up over here. Dress shoes. Fancy dress shoes. An adventurer wearing fancy dress shoes. Oh, now those are some fancy dress shoes. Come, adventurer, I will show you to the briefing room.
Brothers and sisters of the sea. Join me now in honoring this woman for her services to our great nation. May the navigator guide and protect her on her journey till sea swallows all. These pirates you encountered with the tattooed faces, they call themselves the Serpent Reavers. Their ranks are formed of cutthroats and madmen who have pledged themselves body and soul to the primal Leviathan. From what we have gathered, they sought to swell their numbers by spiriting away any soul unfortunate enough to cross their path. I need not tell you the depth of the animosity between us and the Sahagin. How any seaman worth his salt could devote himself to the fishback's god is a question for a more temperate mind than mine. But, thanks to you, our citizens may once more go about their daily lives, safe in the knowledge that they will not be dragged into the darkness by those execrable curs.
Such an extraordinary glow. This is one of the crystals of light.
By the Navigator.
After our encounter with the Gubu, you had a vision, did you not? Of a towering crystal. You bathed in her light.
Y'shtola's conclusion is clear, and I see no reason to doubt it. You are the vessel of a higher power. This being from your vision was the Mother Crystal. Your description matches what little we know of her. And if she has chosen you, then your deeds may yet shape the fate of nations, as once did the deeds of the Warriors of Light. Know you the tale? Like you, they were not of these lands, yet they fought to protect us all against the corruption of the Primals. When the Garlean Empire began its conquest of the realm, these heroes joined the Grand Companies and helped reforge the Eorzean Alliance. And at the Battle of Cartano, they took the field beneath our banners to fight for everything we hold dear. It was on that day, in the midst of that hell, that we lost them. Every soul who survived that battle will never forget how it was to fight beside them. We are proud to call them our comrades. Yet whenever we try to shout their names, the sound dies in our throats. And whenever we strain to see their faces with our mind's eye, naught but their shadows appear to us, set against a blinding light. Ask any true Eorzean who knew them, and the story will be the same. It is for this reason that we call them the Warriors of Light. When I look upon you, I cannot help but be reminded of them. Keep that crystal safe. In time, I believe the Mother Crystal will make clear her reasons for bestowing it upon you. Heed well her words, adventurer, for it is Hydaelyn herself who speaks.
Flames to the fore! Victory belongs to the bold! Show those Imperial whore sons what we're made of!
The left flank buckles. Divert the barracudas. Bid them hold that position, though it costs them their lives.
The Yellow Serpents are in need of succor. Pray, send the White Wolves to their aid. The adventurers risk life and limb for our cause. We must not fail them.
Is aught amiss?
No, it is nothing.
Bloody hells! The barrier won't go down so easily! Eyes forward!
We are being watched.
Raging Bull, calling Bloodthorn. Bloodthorn, respond! Respond, damn you! Ah!
Raging Bull, this is Mad Snake. Respond.
Ryder, this is Raging Bull. What news?
We're surrounded by a blaze. There is no way out. God preserve, what is that thing?
What's going on? Speak to me!
God damn it! We cannot hold much longer.
Mad Snake! Mad Snake! Answer me! Damn it! Damn it all to the seventh hell!
What of the barracudas? Can they not be reached?
Sorry, Admiral. Shell's not working.
What of our own?
I cannot say, my lady. That monstrosity appears to be disrupting our communications.
We must keep trying. Call till they respond.
Yes, my lady.
Admiral, General, we can do no more. We must give the order to withdraw.
I will not forsake Louis Soir!
General, please. Victory may belong to the bold, but there will be no victor this day. You know this to be true. Let us not sacrifice lives in vain. The adventurers fight bravely, but to no avail. Let them withdraw, and let us be the ones to stand with Louis Soir.
Belay previous orders. All Maelstrom units are commanded to fall back, effective immediately. Give the foreign levy priority. Let the main host cover their retreat and bring up the rear.
Damn it! Relay the order. All flames are to withdraw. I don't care if our link cells are useless. You still have a working pair of legs, don't you? Well, use them, you bloody half-wit!
The outcome of this battle was long since decided. Better to retreat now than risk a massacre. This dark, stifling presence. Who or what? We go to take our place beside Archon Louis Soir. To your positions.
Kasbamul, Sogini Muese Donzul. Logalo, Asawad Deken Bet Mubut. Immerat way. Kiskat toga hards waddle dorns. Sees nigem. Feastun the only lamb rides a die dorn.
Morning, sunshine. All a bit much for you, was it? What happened? You don't remember then. You keeled over in the middle of the banquet and caused a right stir. I had to carry you back to the wench myself. Well, I say carry. 'Twas more a matter of dragging and rolling. Too much cake, I reckon. Any road, don't fret. 'Tis little wonder you was exhausted after everything you've been through lately. Your little naps seem to have put some color back in your cheeks, though, so I'll leave you to it. Bugger, I almost forgot. The Admiral wants to have a word with you. When you feel up to it, talk to Xanthiel, and he'll let you into the command room. Oh, and stay awake, eh? I'm told old Merlweb was in the middle of telling you a story when you started snoring last time. And I doubt she'll look kindly on it if you repeat the trick. Oh, I've got it on. Alright. Let's put my other shoes back on and see if the ones we just had on can be stored. Yeah, let's store that. Nope. Okay, that's fine then. In the command room. So I think I gotta go down and back up again on the other elevator. Greetings, Misty. Admiral Lofsiswin awaits you in the command room. Shall I announce you? Yes, please. Ah, Misty. It is good to see you on your feet again. You are recovered. And let us waste no time. I have a task that needs doing. One I would entrust to no other. Alright, this should be level 15, the Lominsan Envoy. The duty I have in mind for you requires some explanation. I do hope you have not made other plans. To business, then. I have penned a letter to each of my counterparts in the Eorzean Alliance. The Battle of Cartno and the calamity that followed claimed countless lives. It has been 5 years since those of us who were spared dragged ourselves from the ashes to look upon an Eorzea we scarcely knew. 5 years, and yet the people still suffer. Their lives are fraught with worry and hardship, and the warriors of light who might once have given them hope are gone. Yet we must press on regardless. We will never truly do so, however, till we have faced our past. To that end, I am proposing that a memorial service be held in each of the city-states on the 5th anniversary of the Battle of Cartno. These letters contain the details of said proposal, and I would have you deliver them to our allies as my personal envoy. You have proven yourself a staunch and able ally to Limsa, but that is not my only reason for choosing you. No, I choose you because you possess a quality which puts me in mind of history's champions, a quality I feared lost. Say that you will perform this duty. I knew you would not disappoint me. This task shall take you far from the borders of our nation, to the city-states of Gridania and Ul'dah. A grueling journey, to be sure, were you to travel by sea and land, but I mean to have you take to the skies. An airship pass, to be used at your discretion. Airships bound for the nations of our allies leave from the landing connected to the bridge. But before you depart, I suggest you trouble Bateron for a few pearls of wisdom regarding each of your destinations. The old bastard is nothing if not well-traveled. 'Tis a pity I cannot issue such passes with a freer hand, as I did in more peaceful times, when the berths were not so limited. But in these times of war, every craft we commit to the clouds risks drawing the eye of the Empire, and every voyage must needs be born of necessity. Lest you doubt, I consider your place well-deserved. Nor am I alone in that opinion. There were other parties who would see you granted the privilege of air travel. Aye, Misty, your deeds do not go unnoticed. Full many see great promise in you, but I have flattered you enough. On behalf of Limsa Lominsa and her people, I bid you go forth, adventurer. Discover the realm for which so many have fought and died. Wonder and danger await you in equal measure, but turn not from either. Only by braving the unknown will you achieve the greatness of which you are surely capable. The light of the crystal guides you, and I wager that your destiny will be no small thing. Cool, cool. This guy. Back from your meeting with the Admiral, are ya? Personal bleeding envoy. So you'll be carrying the word of the Admiral herself to the leaders of the Alliance? Bugger me. I knew you was going up in the world, but I didn't realize you'd got that bloody eye. I'm proud of you, lass. Thinking of how far you've come, why, 'tis enough to bring a tear to me eye. And that ain't the ale talking neither. Well, not just the ale, at any rate. Bless the navigator for steering you my way. Of course, this is only the start. Now you've got your hands on an airship pass. The whole of Eorzea's laid out before you, like a fair maid on a feather bed. And she's a big girl, too, with plenty of enticing nooks and crannies. If you think us Lominsans are characters, just wait till you cross paths with the grim forest dwellers of Gridania, or trade coins with the crafty merchants of Ul'dah. And then there's the wild places, where the beasties rule, and no bugger with an ounce of sense sets foot. But you're a venturer, so I wouldn't let a little thing like that hold you back. Of course, it ain't all exploring and excitement. There's an heap o' troubles what plagues every nation, see? 'Tain't just ours. I'm talking intrigue and infighting, beastmen and their goddamn primals. Aye, there's an ugly side to life, and sooner or later you're bound to walk into it. But I'll wager there's bugger all out there you can't handle. Summit tells me you're going to be just fine. The realm's at it rough, 'tis true, but folk are beginning to recover from the beating the calamity dealt 'em. Call me an hopeless optimist, but it wouldn't take much to turn things round. 'Tis the perfect time for a venturer like yourself to get out there and make a difference. Well, what are you waiting for? Nice, nice. Airship landing. All right. Boop. Greetings, madam. This is the counter for passengers traveling to Gridania. Wait, aren't you that famous adventurer? It's Misty Shores, isn't it? I thought I recognized you. You are an inspiration to us all, madam. Highwind Skyways is at your disposal. Will you be traveling with us today? Attention all passengers. The airship bound for Gridania is about to depart. Please make your way to the boarding gate. Good fortune to you, Misty. The day'll come when your name means the same as Iro to the folks of this realm. May you walk in the light o' the crystal.
It has been 15 years, but the bitter taste of defeat lingers still. 15 years since the Imperial fleet set course for Mordona, led by the Egrios, mightiest of all vessels. Silver Till Lake lay ripe for the taking, and all of Eorzea would soon be ours. Or so we believed. But an innumerable host of dragons met us that day, at the heart of which flew the great meat guard Zormer. Though we succeeded in slaying that lord among worms, the dread serpent's defeat was bought at too high a price. Our invincible flagship was lost, and all hope of victory with her. So ended our glorious conquest. Eorzea, a blighted realm, riddled with false gods. Twice now it has eluded the Empire's grasp. For all the destruction it wrought, even Meteor, the great sin, failed to yield us control over it. And for this failure, the realm has sunk deeper into depravity. It is twisted beyond all reckoning, rotten nigh to the core. Yet, it must be saved. Only Garlean rule can bring order to Eorzea. It falls to us to deliver the misguided masses from their ignorance.
We are of one mind, Lord Van Balzar.
Senior engineers, please report to Magitech research following scheduled inspection.
Hey, is the Legatus really planning to take another tilt at Eorzea?
Hey? What hole have you been hiding in? We're in the midst of preparing for a new campaign, and a huge one at that.
But I thought the Emperor had given up the Western lands for lost after Cartano. What could the Legatus possibly hope to gain by acting alone?
I sense you harbor certain doubts over the wisdom of the Legatus's plan.
My lord!
Please, call me Nero. Tell me, where were you born?
Othard, my lord.
Alamigo, my lord.
Ah, codename Hummingway, I presume. I don't know what you... Silence. Your denials will not change your fate. I assure you, Frumentarium sees all. Clean up this mess, and do not miss any, or I shall be most displeased.
At once, my lord.
Garland. Soon you will be made to know the true power of Magitech.
So you are the Lominsan Envoy. And an adventurer besides. The realm owes much to you and yours. On behalf of our fair nation, I bid you welcome. Please. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Khan-e Senna, Elder Seedseer of Gridania, and leader of the Order of the Twin Adder, our nation's grand company. I understand you bear a message from the Admiral.
A remembrance service for the fallen of Cartano. To think that 5 years have already come and gone. It seems like only yesterday that the Garlean Empire attempted to seize all that we hold dear. Rising in resistance, the city-states of Eorzea formed the Grand Companies and joined hands in alliance. But unbeknownst to us, the Garleans sought not to best us in battle, but moved instead to enact a terrible plot, the Meteor Project, by which the lesser moon Dalmud would be torn down from the heavens to annihilate all life below. In a desperate bid to save the realm from certain destruction, our forces marched for the Cartano Flats, and there met with the 7th Imperial Legion. More bloody a battle I have never seen, and would never wish to see again. Yet the carnage was but a prelude to the atrocity which followed. For despite our best efforts, Dalmud continued its descent, and from it emerged the elder primal Bahamut, who proceeded to rain fire upon Eorzea. The 7th Imperial Legion was consumed in the blinking of an eye, while our own forces fared little better. That any among us were spared defies explanation. All seemed sure to perish. As the flames converged upon us, I prepared myself for death, only for a brilliant light to envelop me, leaving me of my senses. When at last I awoke, Bahamut was gone, and the land, which had but moments before been aflame, now seemed to me a place unknown, not simply ruined, but changed. Archon Louis may well have been able to shed light upon these mysteries, but he, like so many, never returned from Cartano. And so, we, left with countless questions, had no prospect of an answer. Yet, such matters did not long occupy our thoughts, for we had far graver concerns. The calamity, as the devastation wrought by Bahamut has come to be known, laid our nations nigh to waste, and to this day we struggle to rebuild our lives and homes. To compound matters, the beast tribes continue to summon their primals, while the Empire encroaches upon our borders, consolidating its foothold in Eorzea. The outlook, in short, is bleak. In the wake of the calamity, it has been all each nation could do to nurse its own wounds. Yet, if we are to weather the coming storm, we must needs stand united once more. A remembrance service may well present an opportunity to rekindle the spirit of unity which first gave rise to the Alliance. I wholeheartedly approve of the Admiral's proposal. The necessary provisions shall be made for a service here in Gridania. You have done the peoples of Eorzea a fine service this day, and I would not put you to further trouble. I shall see that my reply reaches the Admiral anon. You, meanwhile, are bound next for Ul'dah, are you not? Please send the Flame General my regards. Ah, and if you would be so kind, I should appreciate it if you would inform him that a pet of mine has been ill-behaved of late. My wolf, to be precise. Needless to say, he must be brought to heel, and I would very much welcome the General's counsel on how this might be achieved. I thank you for coming. May the 12 see you safe to Ul'dah and beyond. Back to the airship landing. All right. I think it's this way. Greetings, madam. This is the counter for passengers traveling to Ul'dah. Oh, are you not Misty Shores, the Lominsan envoy? On behalf of all at Highwind Skyways, may I say what an honor it is to serve you. Will you be flying with us today? Seems weird.
a guest from Limsa. I thought I smelled stale ale. I won't hold it against you. If you're half the warrior Merlvib says, 'tis a wonder you don't reek of dead Sahagin. Welcome to the Sultanate of Ul'dah. I am Rauban al-Din, General of the Immortal Flames. But you did not come all this way to trade formalities.
Cartano. Aye, I remember bloody Cartano. Do you know what happened that day, adventurer, when we took the field against the Garleans? So my counterparts have educated you. Connie's pet is giving her trouble, is it? Well, she should already know my mind on that subject. Wolves are beyond taming. 'Tis but a matter of time before they bare their teeth. So it was that the Garleans, 50 years ago. No sooner had they learned how to use magitech than they began seizing territory from their neighbors. Led by then legatus Solus von Uzosgalvus, they swiftly brought the other nations of Isilbard to heel. And so the legatus became an emperor, and his republic an empire. An empire which then set its sights upon Eorzea. The conquering emperor is now an old man of 80 winters. His health is failing, and he has no clear successor. Like as not, this is why the Garleans have been quiet of late. But the 7th Imperial Legion is still entrenched within our borders, and their commandus, Legatus Gaius von Balzar, has long harbored ambitions of conquest. Were he to strike now, I fear we would fall like so many others before us, and not only Ul'dah, but Gridania and Limsa Lominsa as well. For the calamity brought the lot of us to our knees, and we've yet to get up. We barely have the strength to stand against the beast tribes, never mind the primals they mean to summon. We are a realm, divided, adventurer, an alliance in name only. But the wolf cares not for the plight of its prey. The Garleans stir, and the elder Seedseer would not let it go unnoticed. All other concerns pale in comparison to the Empire, even the beast tribes and their bloody primals. We must stand united once more, that much is clear, and if we're to do so, we must remember the cause which has brought us together. Merlwyb will have her memorial. We will honor the memory of the fallen. We will remind the people that what their brothers and sisters fought and died for. Shall I inform the Sultana and the Syndicate? I will speak with Her Grace myself. Very good, sir. The Admiral will have my reply anon. My thanks to you, adventurer. You can now make use of the airship routes connecting the 3 nations. Before you may board an airship, you must pay the requisite fare in Gil. Okay, that's cool. Let's also open this. Alright. This should be level 15 Call of the Sea. Hi, my lady Envoy. I trust your stay in the Sultanate has been pleasant. Now, if you do not mind my asking, do you perchance have plans to visit Lominsan in the near future? If so, I have information that may be of interest to you. I once accompanied the Flame General on an official visit to the seaside city-state, during which time I became acquainted with Baderon, the proprietor of the Drowning Wench. Well, the man sent word just now that he has a job for a capable adventurer. I can think of none with better credentials than you. Baderon would doubtless be pleased were you to offer him your services. Of course. Alright. I think what we're going to do then is teleport over to Limsa. Oh no, I forgot to pick up the Aetherite here in Ul'dah. Oh well, we'll pick it up later. Okay. Welcome to the Drowning Wench. Sit wherever you like, lass. I'll be with you in a... Oh well, if it ain't the one and only Misty Shores. I was told a distinguished venturer might be reporting for duty. Fancy that venturer being you, eh? Just so you're fairly warned, though, this ain't no job for the faint of art. Things are liable to get downright bleedin' airy. But if you think you're still interested, let me know, and I'll fill you in on the details. Looks like we already have that, so we're gonna take the money. Cool, cool, cool. Okay, so we've been going for a little while now. I think I'm going to take a break. That's all my level 15 quests for both the class, or the class and the main story. So we'll pick up from there in a little bit. Thank you everyone for watching.